Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sana Amar.
Of
In
course.
teacher training course of Educate
Absolutely.
Islamabad. Today is I'm doing a chat GPT called M, and my topic is understanding emotional intelligence. What it is, and why it matters. Are you
Uh,
ready?
yeah, absolutely. So, emotional intelligence is basically this ability to recognize, understand, and manage both your own emotions and the emotions of others. It matters because it helps you build better relationships, handle stress, make thoughtful decisions, and basically navigate life more effectively.
Okay, my question is, what is emotional intelligence?
Ah, got it. So, emotional intelligence, or EQ, is essentially your capacity to be aware of, control, and express your emotions, as well as recognize and influence the emotions of others. It usually involves things like self awareness, empathy, and social skills.
Okay, tell me, why is emotional intelligence important in daily life?
Yeah, definitely. So, emotional intelligence is crucial because it helps you build stronger connections with others and navigate conflicts more smoothly and stay more resilient in tough situations. Basically, it boosts your communication, leadership, and even your overall well being. So, it's really a life skill.
Who introduced the concept of emotional intelligence?
Yeah, of course. So, one example would be if you're working on a team and you notice a coworker seems frustrated. Instead of just brushing it off, you tune in, ask them how they're feeling, and respond with empathy. That kind of awareness and response can defuse tension and build trust.
Okay, can you please tell me, how is emotional intelligence different from IQ?
Ah, great question. So, IQ is more about your cognitive abilities, things like problem solving, logic, and reasoning, whereas EQ is about emotional processing, understanding, and managing feelings. So, you can have a high IQ but a low EQ, or vice versa. They're distinct skills.
Okay, please tell me, how can a person recognize their emotions?
Yeah, absolutely. One way is by tuning into your physical sensations, like where you feel tension or warmth in your body. Another way is to pause and name what you're feeling, like I'm anxious or I'm excited. Journaling or reflecting on your reactions after situations can also really help you recognize patterns.
Okay, tell me, why is self-awareness a foundation of emotional intelligence?
Yeah, so self awareness is really key because it's like the starting point. If you don't know how you're feeling, you can't really manage your emotions or understand how they're affecting you. Once you're aware, you have that clarity to respond more thoughtfully.
Okay, tell me, how do emotions influence decision making?
Yeah, definitely. So emotions really shape how we weigh options and what we prioritize. When we're in a calm, self aware state, we tend to make more rational, balanced decisions. But if we're super stressed or emotionally charged, we might jump to conclusions or overlook important factors.
Okay, tell me, what is a sign of low self-awareness?
Yeah, that's a great question. So, self awareness is really about noticing your own emotions as they arise, understanding why you feel that way, and seeing how those emotions might be shaping your thoughts or behaviors. It's kind of like
Okay,
being your own inner observer.
okay, can you please tell me, how can journalism improve emotional awareness?
Yeah, absolutely. One way is to regularly check in with yourself, just pause and name what you're feeling. You can also keep a journal to track your emotions over time or reflect after interactions. Mindfulness or breathing exercises can also help you stay tuned in.
Okay, please tell me, what does emotional self-control means?
Yeah, definitely. Emotional self control is really about being able to pause before you react. Instead of just letting your feelings take over, you acknowledge them, but you choose how to respond. It helps you stay calm, thoughtful, and in control, even in tough situations.
Okay, tell me, why is impulse control important?
Of course. So, when you're emotionally in control, you can respond in a way that aligns with your values. It helps you avoid impulsive decisions, stay calm under pressure, and build more trusting, respectful relationships, which makes a big difference in both personal and professional life.
That's good answer. Tell me, what techniques helps regulate emotions.
Yeah, that's a really good point. So, emotional regulation is more about how you manage and adjust your emotions once you notice them. So, instead of being controlled by them, you can shift your mindset, calm yourself down, or even reframe the situation to respond in a healthier way.
Okay, tell me, how does stress affect emotions response?
Yeah, absolutely. So when you're able to regulate your emotions, it reduces stress because you're not constantly reacting in a panicked or overwhelmed way. You stay calmer, you think more clearly, and that helps you handle challenges more effectively. So you have a healthier mind overall.
How does emotional intelligence affect personal motivations?
Yeah, it really does. When you have strong emotional intelligence, you tend to be more in touch with what drives you, like your deeper values and passions. That self awareness can boost your motivation because you understand what matters to you and you can keep yourself on track, even when things get tough.
Okay, tell me, what role do emotions play in achieving goals?
Yeah, that's a big one. Our emotions really color how we perceive things. So, if we're feeling positive, we tend to see challenges more optimistically and we give ourselves credit for progress. On the flip side, if we're feeling down or frustrated, we might underestimate our efforts. So, being aware of that emotional lens helps us stay balanced in how we judge our progress.
Okay, why is resilience connected to emotional intelligence?
Yeah, that's a really interesting link. So, emotional intelligence helps you recognize what you're feeling and why, and that gives you the power to design your life more intentionally. You can choose goals, relationships, and habits that align with your values and emotional needs.
Okay, please tell me, how can emotional intelligence increase productivity?
Yeah, absolutely. When you have strong emotional intelligence, you can manage stress better, communicate more effectively, and stay focused on what matters. So instead of getting derailed by frustration or distractions, you can stay focused, motivated, and work more efficiently towards your goals.
Okay, tell me, what is empathy of emotional intelligence?
Yeah, sure. Empathy is basically the ability to understand and share someone else's feelings. It's a huge part of emotional intelligence because it helps you connect with others, respond to them in a supportive way, and build trust and stronger relationships.
Okay, please tell me, how can someone develop empathy?
Yeah, definitely. So you can develop empathy by really listening to others, not just hearing their words, but trying to feel what they're feeling. You can also ask open ended questions, put yourself in different perspectives, yourself to diverse experiences to broaden your understanding.
Okay, tell me, why is understanding other emotions important?
Yeah, that's really important because when you understand how others feel, you can respond in a way that's more supportive and respectful. It helps you avoid misunderstandings, build trust, and work together more effectively, whether at home, at work, or in any kind of relationship.
Okay, please tell me, how does empathy improve relationships?
Yeah, absolutely. When you're empathetic, you show people that you truly care about their perspective. That builds trust, it eases conflict, and it helps both sides feel heard and valued. So that kind of connection really strengthens relationships over time.
Okay, please tell me, how does emotional intelligence improve communications?
Yeah, that's a great point. When you can regulate your emotions, you respond more calmly and clearly. You're less likely to lash out or misinterpret what someone else is saying. So it helps keep conversations open, respectful, and more productive.
Why are listening skills important for emotional intelligence?
Oh, absolutely. Self regulation is a big part of EQ because it means you don't just react impulsively to your emotions. Instead, you pause, you reflect, and you choose a response that's more thoughtful and aligned with your goals. So, yeah, it's really foundational.
What role does emotional intelligence play in teamwork?
Yeah, so emotional intelligence is really key in teamwork because it helps you navigate group dynamics. When everyone is more emotionally aware, you communicate better, you resolve conflicts faster, and you build a sense of trust, which really boosts
Okay, can you
collaboration and
please
productivity.
explain how does emotional intelligence influence leaderships?
Yeah, definitely. So emotional intelligence is really vital for leadership. It builds trust, motivates people, and creates a more positive, resilient team culture.
What habits and strength emotional intelligence?
Yeah, for sure. So, one example would be a leader who notices a team member is overwhelmed, and instead of just pushing them harder, they pause, check in, and adjust the workload. That kind of emotional awareness and adjustment really strengthens trust and engagement.
Intelligence.
Yeah, absolutely. Mindfulness really helps you stay present and aware of your emotions in the moment. By practicing mindfulness, you can catch your emotional reactions early, reflect on them, and choose how to respond. So, it's a really powerful tool for building
Okay,
EQ.
tell me how difficult situations.
Yeah, definitely. So, emotional intelligence helps you stay grounded when things get tough. You can recognize your own emotional reactions so you don't get swept up in panic or frustration. Then you can respond thoughtfully, keep a clear head,
Okay,
and find solutions.
why is emotional intelligence essential for long-term success?
Yeah, that's a great point. Emotional intelligence keeps you balanced and resilient over time. It helps you handle setbacks, adapt to change, and maintain strong relationships. So it keeps you motivated, focused, and capable of
Okay,
sustained
thank you
success no
so
matter
much.
what
This is
challenges come up.
the last person. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Allah Hafiz, Pakistan. Zindabad.